Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbows and waiting round the bend. My huckleberry friend, moon, river, and me. I should have asked you to come up here with me. Darn it! Darn it! Next.
See ya.
Betty Sue, who are you? Guess we'll find out in time. You're just a little bitty baby now, just about 7 pounds.
I'm gonna sing this to you too.
Betty Sue, who are you? With your dark brown eyes. Got a whole lot of world to see before you fall asleep. But you're so lucky, 'cause our world goes round for you. And we are so lucky just to have you too. And you're so lucky, 'cause our world goes round for you. And we are so lucky just to have you too.
The chat.
Okay.
Betty Sue, who are you? Guess we'll find out in
You'll
time.
see all the chats coming in, no matter
Just
if
a
it
little
comes from
bitty
YouTube
baby
or if
now.
it comes from Facebook or
Just
wherever.
about 7 pounds.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But you're so lucky, our world goes round for you. And we are so lucky just to have you too. And we are so lucky just to have you too. Yes, you're so lucky, 'cause our world goes round for you. And we are so lucky just to have you too. Thank you.
I'm mad, she gets in. Love's gonna burn down everything. In darkness, in a blast time. Love and burn for the last time. Time, 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 oh. I've been burned for the last time. Time, 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 oh. I've been burned for the last time. Oh, sorry, I can't get the morning. Sky's ready, took the death of warning. Kick the hive till the beat starts warming. Play the victim till the crowd starts forming. Got a history of making the scene, yeah. Tell stories these guys I did lie. Easy execution, that's his Wayne. He's the one next in the guillotine. Said I'm mad, she gets in. You know the girl burn down everything. She loves me, it's last time. Love been burned for the last time. Time, 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 oh. I've been burned for the last time. Time, 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 oh. I've been burned for the last time. Oh, smoke the sound, he's been awakened. Says live in the Bible the naked. She need a drink, so she starts shaking. Play the victim till his heart starts breaking. The real dance, she don't mean it. Landscape is a piece of DNA. He can make it out, he can dream it. Rise up from the end, he's a phoenix. I'm mad, she gets seen. You know the girl burn down everything. She knocks it, if that time. I've been burned for the last time. Time, 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 oh. I've been burned for the last time. Time, 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 oh.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another adventure of the Wide Open Mic Show from beautiful downtown Wake Forest at Bella Music Studios in the Art District down there. And Matt is keeping it going. And I am staying here with you guys. We're excited you're here. We got an awesome show. We got a ton of people. We got a great Wide Open Mic Classic with Chris Hendricks. And from way back, too, man. It's a good one. So we got all kinds of good stuff. So let's start it off right now with our leadoff performer, originally from Detroit, Michigan. He has been a true champion of this show on the video end of it, especially. Give it up for our good friend, Mr. Gene Kanish. Gene Kanish.
You're clear. He's doing it on a very expensive piano. There's one on eBay used for 100,000. The Imperial Concert Grand goes from anywhere from 256,000 to 560,000. Bosendorfer. Sounds like we're coming to the end. No, not yet. No, not yet. I don't either. It's the only thing I wish. Oh, he keeps faking me. He keeps faking me out. Catches up. I think we have it. And in.
All right, Mr. Gene Kanish. That's awesome, and that's on his prized Bosendorfer piano there. guitar. High dollar, man. We were looking that up. Yeah, some of those go up to $500,000, man. It's a lot of $500,000. Gene told us a story about this one though. It was a big piano, and they just moved into a new place. And actually, they built the house around the piano. They just stuck it out there in the yard and then built around it. Gene, thanks so much for sending that in. That was entitled Lauren's Song. He's always good to send us stuff and do things for us. He's awesome. Our next performer is also awesome. He is originally from Dallas, Texas, but he's with us now here in the beautiful state of North Carolina. He did this song for us, one of his first or second songs he did for us at the studio, and he's going to do it here tonight, and we love it. It's called Here in Right Field, a Peter, Paul, Mary song. Give it up for Mr. Win Crenshaw.
Okay. This is take number 5. I'm going to try to get through this song. I did a take number 5 on a song a couple of weeks ago, too. Well, this is a song about my former life. Saturday summers when I was a kid, we'd run to the schoolyard. Here's what we did. Pick out the captains, choose up the teams. It was always a measure of my self-esteem. Cause the fastest and strongest played shortstop and first. The last one they picked was the worst. I never needed to ask, it was sealed. I just took up my place in right field. Playing right field. It's easy, you know. You can be awkward, you can be slow. That's why I'm here in right field, watching the dandelions grow. Playing right field, be lonely and dull. Little leagues never have lefties that pull. I dream of the day they'd hit one my way. They never did, but still I would pray that I'd make a fantastic catch on the run and not lose the ball in the sun. Then I'd awake from this long reverie and pray that the ball never came out to me here in right field. It's easy, you know. You can be awkward, you can be slow. That's why I'm here in right field, watching the dandelions grow. Off in the distance, the game's dragging on. There's strikes on the batter, some runners are on. I don't know the inning, I've forgotten the score. The whole team is yelling, and I don't know what for. Suddenly everyone's looking at me. My mind has been wondering, what could it be? They point to the sky, and I look up above, and a baseball falls into my glove. Here in right field, it's important, you know. Gotta know how to catch, gotta know how to throw. That's why I'm here in right field, watching the dandelions grow. Thanks, Bob.
All right. Mr. Win Crenshaw. That song is awesome, man. That one, he does a great version of it, too. I love it. It's expressive, and if you know Win, he's a great guy, man. His personality really comes out in that song. I love it. Awesome. Our next performer, speaking of personalities coming out in a song, this next performer, she's a student of Matt's right there at Bella Music Studio, and she also attends the School of Arts at UNC, and very talented young lady, and she's got a song for us tonight called Faithless Love. Her name is Grace Lee. Give it up for Grace Lee.
I'm going to be singing a song today that is covered by Linda Ronstadt called Faithless Love.
Oh, Linda Ronstadt.
Faithless love, like a river flows, raindrops falling on a broken rose, down in some valley where nobody goes.
Dave Phillips was the guy from The Ride.
The night falls in like a cold.
I just asked Eric Jones.
Faithless love, like a river flows.
Yeah, that's what the other guy
Faithless love, where did I go wrong? Was it telling stories in a heartbreak song? When nobody's right, nobody was wrong. Faithless love will find you, and its misery will find you. Faithless love, where did I go wrong? Well, I guess I'm standing in the hall of broken dreams. It's the way it sometimes goes, and every new love never turns out like it seems. It's the feeling comes and goes. Faithless love, like a river flows, raindrops falling on a broken road, down in some valley where nobody goes. Faithless love has found me, thrown its chilly arms around me. Faithless love, like a river flows. Thank you.
All right, Miss Grace Lee. That was awesome. Very cool. Oops, we got a little feedback going here. She is awesome. Yeah, that's a great song. And here again, man, putting some serious emotion in it. We love it. Grace, and then she smiles at the end too. That's what's really nice too. She loves doing that. I love it. All right, our next performers, they love what they're doing too. And you know what? I can honestly say this group ensemble loves each other because they're in the same family.
This is 50. This video is number 50.
Number 50 in their series. Every day, this family, the close family of five, will, weekdays now, will put up a video on Facebook of them performing. So they upload their performance every day, and that got them really close together. Joel, Super Joel Close, used to come to our studio all the time, and this is so great because we get to meet his lovely family. And his wife is always playing a very interesting instrument, something you might just have around the house as well, ladies and gentlemen. So you can see him on Facebook, Close Family of Five, every video. This is the one they have, I Want It That Way. It's a Backstreet Boys song. Give it up for the Close Family of Five.
Hello, and welcome to Quarantine with the Closest, where a song a day helps keep the virus away. Day 50!
You are my fire, the one desire.
I'm talking to Joe right now.
When I say I want
desire. You are.
Don't wanna hear you
Say nothing but a heartache. Ain't nothing but a mistake. Oh, tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. Tell me why. Tell me why. Oh, tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. 'Cause I want it that way.
All right. That is the Close Family of Five. That was awesome. They are so good, man. Such a talented group there. And that's their 50th song in this Corona times that we live in that they put up on Facebook at their page, Close Family of Five. You can see them there every day. You can see all 50 videos if you want.
They have it on
I'm
YouTube.
telling you what, they're really talented. That's enough for like 5 albums, right? That's pretty good.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, it is awesome. They're great, man. Thank you so much for sending it in, you guys. Really makes our week to see that you're on the list, and exciting. All right, next coming up, we have our A set sponsored by the Wake Forest Company. The Wake Forest Coffee Company, right in the heart of downtown Wake Forest. The best coffee in the street. There's several of them you can choose from. You can try them all, but try the Wake Forest Coffee Company. They sponsor us. They are fueled by them. And I miss those days, but they're going to come back very soon. And this is our A set. Our next performers.
Wait a minute, slow down.
People with names begin with the A. Yes, this is what we're doing. And our first one is, you know him as Andrew Nemchek, and that's what we know him as too. He's going to have a segment coming up later in the show. Remember, we toured his studio, and there's all these very interesting instruments. Well, we said, you know what, Andrew? Actually, he said that to us. You know what, you guys? You better put me on, or I'll come and get you, see? But anyways, he's going to do a very classic song for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So our good friend, Mr. Andrew Nemchek.
Top of the morning, bottom of the evening, middle of the afternoon to you all. Hope everyone is staying safe and healthy. Special thanks again to Bob and Matt for the chance to come together through this format. In the words of Yogurt from Spaceballs, merchandising. Today I'd like to do a song from Bach that's a little dishonest. One, this is not a cello. At least I think it isn't. And this will not be in the key of E flat. With those two caveats, I'd like to present Bach's Cello Suite Number 4, Bourrée 2, in the key of E flat.
Start talking.
All right, that's Andrew Nemchek. I think we were in a long time ago. Andrew Nemchek, he is awesome. And thanks for giving us the props there in your studio there, man. That was cool. Hanging up the shite for us, giving us some love out there. Andrew Nemchek. And you can catch him at very many places. But the Amusing Musician on YouTube, he's got a lot of video out there. You can check him out there. Very funny guy. He is a very funny musician. Amusing, at least. He's an amusing musician. Our next performer, ending out our A set, she is a student of Max, and she writes a lot of original songs with historical value, and this one is one of those. It is called Never See the Spring Again, and it is by our good friend Alice Osborne.
Hey, it's Alice. It's great to see everyone here at Wide Open Mic. I am performing my original, Never See the Spring Again, and it is about the Donner Party. This one is from the point of view of Sarah Graves Fosdick, who is a very brave survivor, and she became one of the first teachers of Sonoma County, California. She had 3 husbands, but her first husband was her most devoted husband to her heart, that she loved and lost very tragically in the snowshoe expedition of 1846. The Donner Party, 15 Donner Party folks decided to rescue themselves instead of waiting for rescue. 33 days later, of the 15 men and women, only 7 survived. Sarah was one of those who did survive, but her new husband, Jay, who Sarah and Jay married right before the start of the Donner Party. So the Donner Party was their honeymoon, he did not. And this song is about the love that Jay and Sarah had for each other. And one more thing, Jay was the fiddler of the Donner Party. Jay, play me a tune about a girl who leads to the moon, who loves a boy, who dances jigs in the rain. Play one about dear friends who fly on golden wings, but who will never see the spring again. Stars watch without fear as our shoes disappear. Ice cracks our minds. God is so blind. Don't fall behind. You are strong. Hurry along. Jay, play me a tune about a girl who leads to the moon, who loves a boy, who dances jigs in the rain. Play one about father who flies on golden wings, but who will never see the spring again. Now we number only 7. Fiddle me one from heaven. Death smiles too soon. Play a sweet tune about the man on the moon. Hungry soul, lost no hope. Jay, play me a song about a girl who's always wrong, who will I'll always wear your ring, and I see the spring again. Oh, I see the spring again.
All right, that is Alice Osborne, and we appreciate you, Alice. Also, the original songs that you do, she does mostly originals, very rare covers. So that's really nice that she sits there and composes that stuff, and we get to listen. That concludes our A set. The performers all began with the letter A, and they did an A1 job performing. Matt and I came in second there, but that's all right. That's why we have performers. Sponsored by the Wake Forest Coffee Company, ladies and gentlemen. If you are in downtown Wake Forest, please patronize our sponsor there. They have the most delicious coffee. Thank you for fueling our program, ladies and gentlemen, over there at the Wake Forest Coffee Company. All right. Our next performer is actually a friend of Alice Osborne, the performer you just saw. And he sent a video in last week, and he sent us another one this week. We're so excited and glad he did it. This one's called Walking the Dog, and it features his dogs. Give it up for Kevin Holmes. All right, that's Mr. Kevin Holmes, and that was a video he did a couple years ago, several years ago. Yeah, but his dogs were Patrick and Taffy, and awesome. They were sleeping through the whole thing. They don't know what they're missing. All right, our next segment. We've got a great wide open mic classics segment for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It features Chris Hendricks and friends, and this is from way back when, right, Matt? In the Amazing Tone Day. So this is early on in wide open mic. It could have been 2009 or 2010 in that neighborhood because we started in 2009. Represent and so this is a young Chris Hendricks when he first started coming in, and Joe Close is with him. Oh, excellent! That's going to be good. Perry Fain, some of you remember Mr. Perry Fain from Georgia, and of course Steve Kuhn, who was one of the owners over there at Amazing Tone, and that was a good setup over there. It's now Gun Runners, which is a good setup for them, but here it is, our wide open mic classic. Mr. Chris Hendricks and friends.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Yeah, you're going.
So 3 a.m. was played earlier, and I'm a huge 90s rock fan, and I love, love, love Matchbox. But my favorite Matchbox song is called Push. So I'm gonna try and do that for you. Well, we're gonna try and do that for you, and it's gonna wind up disturbing. So just sort of go with the flow and believe in the music, all right? Nice and slow, guys. I don't know why you never would learn, 'cause I'm a little untrustful when I think that the truth is gonna hurt you. And I don't know why you couldn't just say with me. You couldn't sound very near me when my face don't seem to want to shout, 'cause it's a little bit dirty. Well, don't know me, yeah, they're not gonna change for you, no. You don't know me, yeah, it's a little imperfect, be this crazy, crazy. I wanna push you around, well, I wanna push you down. Well, I wanna take you for granted. I wanna take you, oh baby, I will. My head's screaming in, and I don't know if I've ever been really good. My head is touching me, and I think it's something's gonna give, 'cause I'm a little bit angry. Well, don't you sound there, say nice things to me. Yeah, I'm not gonna change for you. Oh, yeah, we just might feel good. I wanna actually went semi all right.
All right. That was awesome, man. That was the wonderful and young Chris Hendricks with an all-star cast there. That was Joel Close, who you saw Close Family 5 on the drums there. Mr. Perry Fain from Rome, Georgia, and I think he's in Rome, Georgia now. Haven't seen him in a while. He was playing bass guitar. Steve Kuhn over there on the other guitar. And Dan Ruby was playing. Dan Rubé he's French, was playing the piano. He was Chris's ride back in those days. Those guys palled around a lot there. I don't know whatever happened to Dan Rubé, but yeah, he's got to be somewhere. But we got him here tonight, and that was Matt B. You saw running around in the front there, wearing the do-rag, fixing the microphone. Yeah, that's what he did. He ran a lot of miles back then and taking pictures too. You could see the flashes. That was Matt B. A soundman's job is never done, and he is the sound guy, Matt B, ladies and gentlemen, and keeping it real in the studio. We might get a shot of him there in the studio in a few minutes. Control room. He should be there. Well, I thought he was there. They're behind. Oh no. This is what happens when you have the longest running wide open mic show. We are the widest and the longest running. And you can see it there. They were there. Anyways, that is our classic, Wide Open Mic Classic for the week. And we are excited that you guys could be here with us. Our next performer, he is. Yes, he is. He is actually the music director at the Classic Music Station. And he's got a song to do for us tonight. We're so glad he sends videos in. Give it up for William Woltz.
The midday sun shone hot on Carolina, a dusty schoolyard where we met to play. A crowd of boys and one a little different. I can see his face like yesterday. He was small, his clothes were old and ragged. The other boys just would not let him be. I recall the way the boy was crying, and I was glad that it was him instead of me. And I did nothing, yeah, I knew that it was wrong, but I said nothing. A safer bet to play along. Just children acting out the lives they learn at home. Just say nothing. They said our schools were separate but equal. Even a child could see that was not true. With books all torn and fallen, slapped to pieces, they only got them after we were through. They taught me Jesus loves the little children. How precious, red and yellow, black and white. They said that slavery's written in the Bible somewhere. It's what God intended to be right. And I did nothing, yeah, I knew it must be wrong. I said nothing, just shut your mouth and go along. Defend your way of life before they take it all away. You just say nothing. So many years have passed us by, old attitudes must surely die, and yet these same old feelings burn. Battle flags and old bronze soldiers, tools of war slung on our shoulders. When will we ever learn? Our children's children play on that old schoolyard. much has changed, but kids are still the same. I want the world we leave them to be better. They all deserve a fair chance in the game. Today we argue about the lives that matter. We stand our ground in terms of us and them. When will we learn we're all in this together? When will we trust the truth that lies within? Don't do nothing because you know it must be wrong. Just say something, you know we've known it all along. Live your life in peace and love your neighbor like yourself. Just do something. If we all said something, wouldn't that be something?
All right, that is William Waltz, a song called I Did Nothing. But William did something. He sent it in to us, and you can send in your videos to wideopenmicshow@gmail.com, and we'll get them up here. That will be awesome. And please start a Facebook watch party or share this with your friends out there. And not only can they see your exciting videos, but they can see other performers such as Will Waltz. And hey, keep this show going. This is a good way to get together when we can't get together in a good way. How about that? That just came right out. All right, our next performer, he is from right down the road in Youngsville, North Kakalaki, and this is an interesting video. He's very interesting on video. I love it. It's called Swimmer Song, and this is our good friend Mr. Jimmy Cash Register.
This summer I went swimming, this summer I might have drowned. But I held my breath and kicked my feet, moved my arms around. Yeah, moved my arms around. This summer I swam in the ocean, I swam in a swimming pool. Soaked my wounds, cleaned my eyes, tried to be cool. Yeah, trying to stay cool. This summer I did the backstroke, and you know that's not all. Did the breaststroke and the butterfly, old Australian crawl. Yeah, that old Australian crawl. This summer I swam in public place in a reservoir to boot. At the letter I was informal, at the form I wore my suit. Yeah, I wore my swimming suit. This summer I did swan dives and jackknives for your eyes. Once when you weren't looking, I did a cannonball. Yeah, I did a cannonball. This summer I went swimming, this summer I might have drowned. But I held my breath and kicked my feet and moved my arms around. Yeah, I moved my arms around. Yeah, I moved my arms around. Thanks.
All right. Mr. Jimmy Register, that is awesome. I would love to know the story behind that pool there. It looks like it's been put to good use though, and that is good. That is funny. That is so artistic. I swear to God, this guy is a great artist. There's so many things visually going on, and then when you're listening to the lyrics of that song, it's like so many dimensions. What a performer! Mr. Jimmy Cash Register. That was great. Love it, love it, love it. All right, and it's funny too. 'Cause we're in Corona times, and their slogan is "Find your beach." Like that's a perfect song for that, right? You find your beach. He found his beach right there in the midst of that swimming pool. All right. So our next performer is actually it is a new segment on the show that he is instruments of joyful noise featuring our own Andrew Nemchek, and this is episode 1, and this is going to be great. He's going to take us through not only take us through the studio, but also he's going to talk about different instruments that you might not know anything about. I know I don't even know how to pronounce the name of this one. I think it's called Hilusi. Like Ricky came home and he's like, Lucy, you in big trouble, Lucy. Oh man. But anyways, here he is, Mr. Andrew Nemchek.
Top of the morning, bottom of the evening, middle of the afternoon to you all. This is a trial run. We'll see if it becomes a recurring segment. I wanted to do a deep dive on an instrument that folks may not be familiar with. And this week, you got a glimpse of it, is an instrument called the Hilusi. Hilusi, my apologies
Is
for
it?
pronunciation. So this is a Chinese instrument. Actually made in China, imagine that. And the closest thing I can kind of explain it as, it's similar to the bagpipe. Instead of a bag, you're using this gourd. So if you look, we've got kind of 3 different little bamboo tubings here. So the middle guy has holes for your melody, and then on the 2 outside we have these drones, which when you pull out to the stop, you engage the drone. What's weird is that the relative drones here are for the relative minor, as opposed to the bagpipe, which is on the root in the 5th. So it's kind of like this power chord. It can go either way, major or minor. But in this case, these are to the relative minor. So it's an interesting vibe. So for what it's worth, here's kind of what it sounds like. So this is with just the melody here. So, pretty cool sound. If you engage this drone, it's to A minor, so it gives you kind of an interesting atmosphere. So there's that. If you throw in the other drone, it gets a little conflicted, we'll say. So I don't know any Chinese songs, folk songs, but it has been interesting to try and experiment and adapt this to other songs and to improvise. So here's a quick improvisation for you. Keep making a joyful noise.
All right, that was cool. That's a Hilusi. So we were right there. Matt and I were right. We win the prize of the year on the instruments of joyful nose. Nose. The instrument. Well, it kind of looked like his nose was hanging there, man. Instruments of Joyful Noise featuring Andrew Nemchek. That was one nice gourd he had there, though. I'm telling you, that's cool. That's so cool. He does that. All right. Here's a smart guy. He's going to come back next week and do a similar thing for us with a different instrument. And yeah, I feel like getting some fortune cookies right now. I'm telling you. Oh my goodness. We got a couple more great performers for you here tonight. And we are so glad our next performer sent something in. Andrew Chabinski, he was a bass player down at the other studio before we moved to Wake Forest. And he would always sit in with, some performers and stuff, and just a nice guy. And he had a band. The first time we saw him, he actually came in with his bandmates, Dave Phillips. And the name of their band is The Ride. And so they sent us a video, and we're so excited. They got a couple other people in the band there too. Chris on drum, and John is going to play guitar, and Dave Phillips, Eric Chabinski, The Ride, playing Learning to Fly. All right, that is The Ride, and they did that song for a kind of a block party, I guess, a very separate block party. Yeah, you see they're standing far apart, but just this past weekend or a weekend ago, it was really good. 2 weeks ago, so that was nice, man. I'm glad you sent it in. Thanks, Eric and the Ride, for sending that in. And also, I forgot to say, William Woltz, that was an original song that he did, and he wrote it over this past weekend at a workshop that he went to for songwriting. So that was really good. And fresh music here at Wide Open Mic. But thank you, Will. That was really nice of you to share that with us. And I'm sure you had a good time there. And obviously, you know, man, dude, you wrote a great song. We really appreciate you sharing that with us. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got one more performer for you tonight. And we just encourage you, if you like what you've seen here, definitely share it with your friends and come back next week. We're going to be here at 8 o'clock next week. And you can send in your videos, wideopenmicshow@gmail.com, and we'll get you up on our great show, ladies and gentlemen. We're so glad we don't have a sign-up sheet like we used to back in the Dizzy. But you know what? It would have been full tonight. And this is our final act of the evening. They are the greatest final act well, I don't know. Dan Shackle was pretty good. But you know what? They always perform well for us. And they are doing a song called Hey Man. Give it up for the Stamp Act, ladies and gentlemen. The Stamp Act.
I can't believe that Chad decided to not come down again. Come on. So lazy, man.
He's a terrible actor.
No, but at the same time, seriously, no, he actually did text me going,
I'm
not coming down, man.
We're like, come on, Chad. Come on.
How's it going, open mics? This is a song that we really, really like, and by we, I mean me. I really like this song. Chet gets irritated because of the fade out.
The song hurts my hands on the TV.
Do you know what it's like to want the door? Cry goes out till you got no more. Well, hey man, now we're living. Have you ever made love with a beautiful girl? Well, it made it feel like it's not such a bad world. But hey man, now we're living. Now you're really giving everything. And you're getting all you get. Now you're living what it's all about.
All right, that was the Stamp Act, ladies and gentlemen. Well, most of the Stamp Act there for you. Chet Vaughn on the drums, and of course the birthday boy, Michael Stamp.
Woo! Happy birthday, Mike!
Crowd in the studio going crazy. All those technicians in there are just going nuts for you, Michael Stamp. Happy birthday. We're so glad. Thank you so much for sending your videos in there to us tonight. And that's all the show we've got for you tonight, but send it in to wideopenmikeshow@gmail.com to get your video on here. Thank you to the Wake Forest Coffee Company for all you do for us and our show, and we hope to get back to seeing you. Go patronize them if you're in downtown Wake Forest. And don't forget, next week we'll be here. Everyone be safe and virus free.